City Council reports. Councilmember Boomgarden.
Thank you. My report will be short and sweet. Again, want to thank staff for their budget workshop and the roads and streets presentation from last week. I'm also wanting to extend apologies from Lori Adams, Planning Commissioner appointee. She intended to be here tonight for her appointment to the Planning Commission, but she's out of town with her sister. And the final thing that I have, and Diana, please help me because I do not necessarily know where the location is, but on March 12th, we're having a goals and vision workshop. Would you mind letting the public know a little bit about that and time and location?
Right, so it's scheduled for, it'll start at 8 a.m. So breakfast will be available at 7:30 a.m. The workshop will start at 8 a.m. at the Harvest Room there at New Earth Market, and it's anticipated to be the majority of the day.
And just maybe a brief highlight for the public that what we're going to be doing.
Right, and so there will be a continuation of discussions related to the budget. Russ Branson, consultant to the Finance Department, will be giving a presentation on the budget, and then each of the departments will be presenting presentations on various topics related to their departments, and then we'll be reviewing the goals from last council, and then be working with current council to establish their goals for this next year.
Appreciate that. Thank you. That's all, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Espandola.
Thank you so much. I took the time to put a couple of words together to help the city and our council members to understand a little bit of why is Councilmember Espandola thinking about a lot of things. And to be frank, it's in the last several weeks we've had quite a bit of change, quite a bit of things have been occurring. And so in that, some things are remaining the same, which is good for the community because we have to stabilize and have normality in our community. But I also believe that, as we're moving forward, we're asking a lot of our city employees to adapt to change and or continue as is. And I'm hoping that that it's important for us as city council members to also be role models as these changes are occurring, to accept the change and be able to move forward with it. As I'm putting forth new ideas, always please understand that I'm in the best interest in what's the good for the community. I'm seeking ways for process to be more robust and for the council to be able to look at things in different ways that perhaps we haven't looked at before. But again, this isn't about going against the traditions of things that how we've done things. It's important to keep some of those traditions. It's about engaging our community members. And I think Bob said it best earlier, that it's about the governance of the city, how we govern, how we do things. So I'm hoping that that is, a better understanding of where's Councilmember Espandola coming from with some of the process or the questions. There's a lot of thought and a lot of work to do what's right for the community, and I hope that comes across and that city council members, we can begin being the role models as these changes occur. With that said, there's been a couple of things occurring on February 22nd, the Yuba City Chamber of Commerce breakfast. We went to the State of the Yuba City, and that was great because we had city staff and the majority of the council members. February 23rd, we attended with other council members. We attended the 42nd Annual Peace Officers Awards, and Jeff Winder was our Officer of the Year. On the 26th of the last month of February, we had a finance and transportation workshop, which was open to the public for them, all of us to listen and hear about the finances, the unfunded liability, the roles, and the roads, and all of those particular issues. On February 27th, I went to the Planning Commission meeting and observed the process there. Then on March 1st, I went to Park Avenue and did some of the reading across America. It was really fun with the kids. Mrs. Woods and Mr. Mejia. And then I'm on the committee with commission of the Northern Sacramento Valley Integrated Regional Water Management meeting for March 4th, which was canceled. So we don't have a meeting until June. So I'll be attending the meeting then. Lastly, we have a lot of information. We go to a lot of meetings. I'm requesting that if we could be a way for like a clearinghouse developed within the city and all the agendas and the minutes of all of these meetings that we attend, so it's available for us as council members and staff, or make it available to the public so people can see this meeting that I went to, what's the minutes attached to that meeting, so you're able to see who's there, who's not there. And I know people are able to look through that independently through each website or contacting the agencies, but I'm also wanting to see if we can make it a little easier for all of us to find the information within ourselves. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilmember Shaw.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. I'll keep my comments brief, seeing how I was fired about 10 minutes ago from the Gilsizers Water District. So,
Oh, you were just on loan for a month. Yeah, that's all.
of course, this time of the year, I'm quite busy with my practice. But as promised, I will always take care of the city's business. As police officers know, I was on the phone hot and heavy last night getting to the bottom of everything there so I could make an appropriate decision. Back on the 21st, Yuba City Transit, Vice Mayor can fill you in on more of the meeting. One of the most important things that I felt came out of that is there was a public hearing, and it looks like next spring, after all these years, they're finally going to have a bus route coming from Walton, there at Sam's Club, going up to the actual Yuba College Sutter campus. So we've strongly encouraged the Yuba College district to promote that. They said it would basically run on about a year to 18 months or so as a trial. That will help this community grow. That's just one more thing. Going all philosophical, there's a particular passage I know of. It says, "My people perish for a lack of vision." We got to start thinking outside of the box, and that's what this council is trying to do. We are looking at things and asking questions because we're not doing it the same old-fashioned way. We're trying to find things. We know that there's problems within the city, rating from the water and the sewer rates, the garbage rates, the roads. If you've been to our workshop, we are 12 weeks in, and we're peeling back this onion one layer at a time to find out what needs to be done. And this Council of Five is bound and determined to figure out how in the world we're going to fix it. Things have been here for a long time, and we're doing our best, and I'm confident in my counterparts that together we're going to come together and find the best solutions that we possibly can. Likewise, went to the Yuba Sutter Chamber of Commerce, went to Police Officers of the Year. Great time there, and looking forward to the upcoming budget workshops, upcoming committee meetings, just everything going forward, because we're gonna set the direction of the city on a good footing going forward. So thank you, Mr. Vice Mayor.
Thank you, Councilmember Shaw. Okay, I'm not going to repeat. We were all there together on quite a few things, so I'm not going to repeat. We're going to start off this week with chamber events. I attended 2 ribbon cuttings. The first one was at Dr. Hondre's Dermatology, brand new dermatology here in Yuba City. He came from Chico and put a new office here in Yuba City, so we have two dermatologists in town now, not just one, but he's making a go of it. A great location on Live Oak Boulevard. Attended Precision One and Turk Concepts, embroidery, t-shirts down on Hassett. The monthly ambassadors meeting for meetings. Had my Regional Housing Authority meeting, Planning Commission, and then the Regional Housing Authority invited me I went and met all their staff here at their main office on Butte House Road, and then their maintenance division over on Miles Drive. That's quite a group of individuals that work very hard for the community on our affordable housing and working forward. And that's not it. They're here, but it's a tri-county thing. But they're here and they're doing a lot for our community. City and community events. Had a busy couple of weeks. Went down and I went to the Sutter County Elections Office and had a demo of the new voting equipment for 2020. State of the art. Hopefully, when they close the polls day at 1:00, you're going to know what's going on by 9, and it should be over with by 10:30 unless it's a close race. All computer, so they don't have to count them. It's all done by computer now, and they'll just beep it in just like you do with your card. And then I went to the transit authorities where we have we're putting in our buses a rear-facing wheelchair, state of the art. There's no more people having to get in and latch in this. They pull in, it's all done hydraulically, state of the art. They back in, it squeezes the tires together, and they're not going anywhere. So that's coming very soon in the future for that. I attended the spring shootout basketball tournament, and that was sponsored by our Yuba City Youth Commission and Special Olympics. That was a wonderful day, or I was there for a few hours. I didn't stay for the day, but that was fun. Hilarious. It was great watching the kids. The kids ranged from 9 to 59. It was a wonderful time. Peace Officers Awards. I went to the Moose Lodge Chili Cook-Off, the kickoff for the Relay of Life. The mayor was the special guest chili judge, so he really enjoyed it. Went to the Have a Heart for Kids 5K run, and that was sponsored by the Yuba City Education Foundation. The mayor and I attended it. This weekend I attended Bowling for Veterans, and that was sponsored by the Veterans Stand Down, and it's the 7th anniversary for Richard Lawson. Attended the 24th annual Italian dinner for the Yuba City Legal Center for Seniors with Councilmember Espandola. Attended the 8th anniversary for New Earth Market this weekend. That was a fun time. All kinds of goodies throughout the store. I read across America. I attended Park Avenue School, my old alma mater. I did Mrs. Mander's kindergarten class and Mrs. Mancheska's 3rd grade class. And then I went over to Lincrest School and did Mrs. Ricky's kindergarten class. So had a busy couple of weeks, but it was all been good and fun. And that's it for me. And other than that,
Thank you, Mr. Vice Mayor. I just want to remind the City Council we still have 2 closed session items. Those would be items B and C, which we previously announced by title. We do not anticipate any announcements for these items, and we will announce probably the closure of the meeting in the breezeway in case these chambers are not available. Thank you.
okay. And then meeting's over. Thank you.
And that's over to adjourn into closed session.
Yes. Closed
Okay,
session.
thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry.